This is The Faction. At the time of this discussion, the album in its entirety has not been released, but I know some people in some places and I have some insight, some pre-release insight. Escape the Fate, Chemical Warfare. It'll be coming at you soon, and to tell us more about it is Thrasher, the guitarist from Escape the Fate. Thrasher, thank you for speaking to The Faction.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm stoked to be here, man.
What have you done more times in your life? Ran a red light or explained to somebody how you got the nickname Thrasher?
Probably both.
Do you mind just doing it one more time? Not running a red light, just explaining the nickname, please.
Not at all. I feel like it changes all the time. Yeah, Thrasher just came up when my early years of touring, just being a crazy-ass kid running around the world, thrashing the guitar, jumping on off stages and playing guitar behind my head and just being a wild-ass kid in a touring band. And, my old bass player, his name was actually Paris. His first name was Paris, his middle name was Arthur, and he went by Arthur. But everyone to call him by his first name, which was Paris, was a cool name. And I was like, and he started calling me Thrasher, and that just kicked off on the road organically, kind of. And then it just kept on. It just stuck, I guess. And it would just be like, my real name is Kevin, and I would introduce myself as Kevin, and people would like,
who?
Right, exactly. And then I would say Thrasher, and I'm like, that they better not forget that name. So it's just stuck,
Continue thrashing and please stop running those red lights. Before we get to the singles on this new album, Thrasher, let's talk about one of the standout songs for me. Demons is a heavy hitter and probably the most unlike the rest of the songs that I've heard on the album. While heavy songs haven't seemed to be a priority for your band in recent years, how did this one make the album, Demons?
This one's one of my favorite songs on the album. I wish we did a music video for it, but there's also time. That was a collaboration between us, me, Craig, John Feldman, and Lil Aaron. He's kind of a dope artist himself. And we were just channeling some like new metal vibes. Honestly, we're like channeling like Limp Bizkit and stuff, and some old Slipknot.
Yeah.
And we were kind of going off that. We're like, dude, I just love like that energy. So I picked up a heavy tuned guitar, started out with a riff, and we kind of built the song upwards from there. And
this is not the first time your band has worked with John Feldman. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah, we did This War's Ours with John Feldman in the past. And then a few songs on some other albums with him, and he's just been always, a big advocate for our band, and always had wanted to work with the band.
That album,
for this album,
yeah,
I co-produced the album with him. It was a good time.
That particular album, This War Is Ours, it's a special one for me because I was in a hospital waiting room waiting to get my appendix taken out when the single 10 Miles Wide came on featuring Josh Todd. And that was the highlight of spending 8 hours in a hospital waiting room because it came on some late night music video show. So that one's always a special one for me. I feel that your band, is at its best for me when it's giving us something soothing to listen to as well. Invincible is similar to that. Does it get softer on this album than, say, the song Invincible? Yeah,
we have like a really cool programmed vibe song called Erase You, which I love. And that almost has like zero guitars or live drums. And I've got like it almost sounds like an interlude. But it's one of my favorite songs on the album. We've got some heavier stuff coming out too. So we have a broad range of songs on this album, really.
That's always got to be a difficult part of making an Escape the Fate album, because what we've come to accept from your band or expect from your band are so many different genres. Is it hard for you to categorize your own band?
Yes, it is. It's something that we kind of struggled with and always had thought about. And it's probably the majority of our internal arguments in the studio is what identity the band is. And truthfully, it's always been kind of a little bit of everything, because we grew up just that generation that listened to everything. we're all fans of like metal, hardcore, pop punk, emo music. I love like 9 Inch Nails, blues rock, pop, EDM, kind of everything. And we just kind of fit it all in.
Somehow, yeah, it's going to be difficult to fit it into 12 tracks, especially on this Chemical Warfare album. Is there anything that you would like to say ahead of the release of the album in the coming days, Thrasher?
That we're just stoked that this album's coming out. We can't wait for the fans to go stream it and let us know what they think.
Thrasher, it's been a pleasure speaking to you for the first time on The Faction. All the best with the release of Chemical Warfare, and all the best with 2021.
Yes, sir. Thank you. You